Hey everyone, you are listening to Beyond the Ring podcast, and this is the Ring of Honor TV review. And this is the go home show for the Glory by Honor pay per view, which is going to happen on August 20th and August 21st. So, we will be taking a look and have a rundown of the card as well at the end of the review. So, this week's show was a decent show, I would say, which I didn't like that much, and the matches were very dragged down, and we had just two matches, and the first match was final quarter-final match, you can say that, and that's Max the Impaler versus Holiday, kind of a gimmick versus gimmick match. Very intimidating story of both of them. They actually had the pre-match promo which had a very intimidating feel for both of the characters, and which was good, nicely produced by Ring of Honor. And we get to the first match, Holly Dead versus Max the Impaler, and Impaler is with Amy Rose. So this match actually was very even when I actually was going into this match. But when commentators Eric Abani and Lenny Leonard actually kind of explains this match, so they were kind of saying that Max the Impaler is forced to reckon with. So she would be a very big challenge to get the victory for Holiday. So and the match itself was all about Max. I would say she not selling, and both of them were not selling in the first. They were having um, uh, the power slam and all, but they didn't scoop slam, and they didn't sold it, and both of them were doing that, exchanging many forearms and all, especially Holiday to Max Simpler, but she was not getting anything. And Holiday had an opening where she actually hit a suicide dive with a, and also got a double arm DDT, and finally rocking Max the monster, the Impaler. And in the ending of this match, we saw Holiday moves Max back into the ring. But this match was very slow moving, I would say, which didn't felt like an interest as well. And the match didn't have a very big psychology storyline as well. And Holiday with the dive, Holiday moves Max back into the ring, goes for the double underhook in the ending. Max lifts out of it, and Holiday with a spine buster tries to pump up the kind of a crowd and misses the Alabama slam, and Max with the choke breaker, and Holiday picks her up, and Max drops her to the waistline and gets a 3 count. So this was the match, a 10-minute kind of match, which was felt like a 15-20 minutes match, very dragged down match. And uh, but still I mean, I would say that this was one of the weak Ring of Honor qualifying women's championship tournament match that I felt. And before that, we had good matches and all. And but the characters, I liked it. I like Ring of Honor producing more of the, I mean, character-driven wrestlers as well. Not like you are not just focusing on the wrestling abilities as well. So that's a good point you can say about. And next week we're going to see Roxy will take on Quinn McKay, and Miranda Alize will face Nicole Savoy in the quarterfinals. So these are the two matches. And then we had a Matt Taven promo where he actually tells that he has a source of happiness that brings him the anger, and his ego is what brought him here. And Vincent owes everything to being in the kingdom, and they actually shows all the history of him winning the championship, and before he was in the kingdom faction as well. So they actually good video package, I would say, and I liked it. And this will settle this at Glory by Honor in a steel cage match. So this match, Matt Taven versus Vincent in a steel cage match, is gonna happen on night two, which is August 21st. And Matt Taven's next trend is becoming Ring of Honor World Champion. He tells that, and he shaves the beard, and that was this video package. And then we get to the main event, Champions versus All Stars match. So this match actually was kind of selected by the Ring of Honor fans in the Facebook. So Jonathan Gresham, Dragon Lee, Chris Dickinson, and Homicide goes up against EC3, Flip Gordon, Josh Woods, Jay, and Mark Briscoe. This match was also a pretty good match, you can say, but this also was very long, and a lot of commercial breaks were also there. So and The fun fact is that the funny fact is that the match, we had 30 minutes of show left, and uh, it took 15 minutes, kind of, you can say, to to have all the competitors entrance, and they showed all the competitors entrance. When they were going to the commercial, I thought about maybe they would not show two or three guys entrance, but no, man, they did all the thing, and that kind of felt like a, it's, the match is not yet started kind of thing. And that kind of didn't set me in the mood to watch this match, which I was kind of excited for. But again, I like the performance of Josh Woods against Chris Dickinson, and Jonathan Gresham versus Josh Woods, which I wanted to see in the future. And Homicide going up against EC3, and EC3 and Flip Gordon thing is story is still continuing. They are not liking each other, so they kind of tagging, and by not recognizing each other, kind of not acknowledging each other. That was also good. So maybe after this pay per view, this story would be going kind of continuing, because EC3 is going to face another opponent. And Flip Gordon is going to face Bandito, I think so. His Ring of Honor World Championship opportunity. That we will be getting into that. So this was the match, and then we had a fun sequence with Dragon Lee as well. Dragon Lee and Mark Briscoe, that day, and Mark Briscoe, that was good. And so some pacing in the match came up, and in the ending of this match we saw everybody's landing strikes to take people out now, and Flip stands tall, and all of them have an all-out brawl in the finishing segments. And Homicide comes in, hits the suplex on Flip for 2 count. Another throw on Flip gets 2.2 and goes for the Gringo kill. Flip fights it off, super kick. Flip 5 gets another 2 count, and pile driver, which Caprice lets us know is a nod to Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Flip gets a 3 count on Homicide. Then that was it, and got the victory. I wasn't into this match so much. As I said, this was a very uh, pretty average to decent episode, you can say that. And yeah, and I didn't like the pattern that they did. I mean, two matches in half an hour, I mean, 1 hour format is very hard to do, as well as pay too many commercials. They actually put, they have in the between of the match two or three commercials. So that kind of takes away the quality of the match itself, and all the entrances and all. That didn't felt like a big thing for the main event. So it was a very kind of weak, kind of ice cold main event, you can say that. So this was the Ring of Honor Weekly, this week's episode. So we close it out with the rundown of the Glory by Honor card. So this is the card. Night one, we have Ray Horace versus Silas Young, and I don't know what the story here is. Briscoes is the right, yes. So Briscoes are getting going to kind of climbing the rankings, that Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship. So they had the match at Best in the World. So again, a next match. So that's kind of story, I think so. And we have Brian Johnson versus EC3. So EC3 Brian Johnson, they have the match. Frankly speaking, I don't know what's the story between them. Just they actually are throwing off the singles match, but it would be good to see how it goes. Uh, but I felt like Ring of Honor Best in the World was so many matches there, and the same cases here as well. 8 matches in night one, and 8 matches in night two as well. So the total 16 matches are they are doing it. So some of them are matches are with no reason, I will say. And they could have done EC3 versus Flip Gordon again, but Flip Gordon had won the opportunity before for the Ring of Honor World title, so he's cashing in that. And Jonathan Gresham versus Red Titus for the Pure Championship. So this would be a great match that I'm looking for. Violence Unlimited versus LFI, La Faction Ignoble. Bandito versus Flip Gordon for the Ring of Honor Championship. So this is night one. Night one looks strong, I would say, because we have the pure title, we have a Violence Unlimited LFI match as well. That would be great, fast-paced match I'm expecting, and Bandito Flip Gordon would be also good. And I'm not seeing Bandito to lose the Ring of Honor Championship. I don't think so. We get to the night two then. Night two, we have Briscoes versus Demonic Flamita and Flip Gordon, again a tag team match. They are being booked. Shane Taylor Promotions versus Incoherence for the six-man tag team championship. I do think Shane Taylor Promotion would be returning this Danhausen versus Dalton Castle. So this is the story where Dalton Castle had some shenanigans where they had the match in the pure title tournament. So that's a kind of story, kind of a grudge match, I think so. And we have Miranda Alize versus and Roxy versus Chelsea Green and Willow, a special tag team match versus Chelsea Green's first match in Ring of Honor. So that is there. And Violence Unlimited versus the Foundation. Oh man, this match I'm very looking forward to. And Bandido and Ray Horse versus Dragon Lee and Roosh. So tag team match involving the world champion. I do think so. Bandido would retain the championship, Ring of Honor championship, and Dragon Lee and Roosh. And Matt Taven versus Matt Taven versus Vincent in a steel cage match. So this would be the main event for the night two of Glory by Honor. So please take a note of that. Ring of Honor Glory by Honor is on August 20th and 21st, and night one and night two. So next week we have Roxy versus Queen McKay, and we have Miranda Alize versus Nicole Savoy, and we also have Ray Horus versus Demonic Flemeta. So lots of matches I actually run down. So this is the card for Ring of Honor Glory by Honor. I am not doing any predictions kind of for this pay-per-view, because I had said which I felt like who's gonna win, because most of the matches here is just like they have thrown it away. Just they are booking the talents just not to have just not to have setting them free. So they actually booked them. So good pay-per-view I would say. But in my opinion I would say that night one would be a strong show, and night two, the match I am very looking forward to is Violence Unlimited versus Foundation, and Matt Taven versus Vincent as well in a steel cage. So that could be a good match as well, I think so. So this Glory by Honor is happening at 2300 Arena in Philadelphia. So they actually changed the arena due to the COVID situation. So that's a great thing that Ring of Honor management is doing. So that's it, guys. I hope you like this review and the rundown of the kind of a prediction as well of the Ring of Honor Glory by Honor pay-per-view on August 20 and 21st. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, be safe, stay energetic, and peace.